You know that moment when your chest suddenly gets tight, your thoughts start racing, and your brain feels like it's stuck replaying the worst-case scenarios, right when everything on the outside seems perfectly normal? Yeah, that moment. Anxiety has this talent for showing up at the most inconvenient times. Not when you're alone, not when you're calm, but right when you don't have the time, the space, or the emotional bandwidth to deal with it. And here's the part most people never hear. Anxiety rarely explodes out of nowhere. Your body sends warnings long before the panic hits, you just weren't taught to notice them. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, unfocused, easily drained, or constantly lost in your head, stay right here. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 3 extremely simple techniques you can use literally anywhere to calm your nervous system. No apps, no special setup, no weird rituals, just things that work. This isn't some just relax speech. This is practical, real. And if you've ever wished you had a reset button for your brain, something that actually works when anxiety sneaks up on you, then keep listening. Because once you understand how these techniques interrupt the anxiety loop, your whole relationship with stress starts to shift. Here's the truth about modern anxiety. It's not always dramatic. It's usually quiet. It hides in the tension in your stomach, the way you overthink simple decisions, the way you replay conversations at 2 a.m., or how you wake up already tired before the day even starts. Think about everything you're juggling: school, work, deadlines, relationships, expectations, constant notifications, comparison culture, and the pressure to figure out your whole life before you're even 25. Your brain was never designed for this non-stop stream of pressure, so it overloads. And when it overloads, anxiety sneaks in. Worst of all, anxiety doesn't wait for a good moment. It shows up right before a presentation, during a conversation, when you're trying to sleep, even when you're just standing in line at a store. Your body starts acting like you're being chased by a lion when in reality, you're just reading a text message. If you've ever felt like your mind is running faster than you can think, or like your body reacts before you even know what you're feeling, trust me, you're not broken, you're human. And millions of people feel the exact same thing every day. Here's what most people never get taught. Anxiety isn't in your head. It's a full-body biological response. When something stresses you out, even something small, your brain sends signals that speed up your heart, tighten your muscles, and make your thoughts race. That's the fight or flight system doing its job. The real problem is that your brain can't tell the difference between actual danger and everyday stress. So your body reacts like you're in danger when you're just stressed, tired, or overwhelmed. That's why calm down doesn't help. You can't think your way out of a physical reaction. You need to interrupt the pattern your body is stuck in. Before we get into the techniques, do a quick check. How's your jaw? Tight? Your shoulders? Are they up near your ears? Are you holding your breath without realizing it? Those tiny tensions are the early whispers of anxiety. If you caught even one of them, that's your body saying, hey, something's building. And here's the empowering part. If your body can escalate anxiety without your permission, you can de-escalate it also without permission if you know the right switches to flip. Because anxiety isn't a personality trait, it's a pattern. And patterns can be broken. Imagine this. You're sitting in class or at work, and suddenly your chest tightens. Your thoughts explode into what-if spirals. You feel disconnected from the world around you, like you're watching life from inside your own head. That's the peak of anxiety. That's the part people fear the most.
But here's the twist. That peak is fragile. It only stays alive if you feed it with more fear, more thoughts, more panic. The moment you interrupt the loop, even with something small, its power collapses. That's why some people recover faster, not because they're stronger, but because they know how to break the loop at the right moment. And that's what I'm about to teach you. But first, one more thing. If you're the type who likes understanding the bigger picture, why stress feels heavier today than ever, especially with how unpredictable and expensive the world has become, I made a simple explanation about inflation and how financial pressure affects anxiety. The link is up in the top corner if you ever want to check it out. Now let's get into the real tools. 3 simple, fast, science-backed techniques that work almost anywhere, even in public, even during a conversation. Right now, relax your tongue. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. That's it. It sounds almost too simple, but this sends a direct signal to your brain that the threat is gone. Anxiety hides in muscle tension. When you release the tension, the brain gets the message, "We're safe." This is one of the fastest ways to interrupt anxiety because it takes you out of fight or flight and puts your body back into a calm baseline. When your mind starts spiraling inward, force it outward. Look around you and mentally name 3 objects: blue chair, silver handle, white paper. This shifts your brain from emotional thinking to sensory processing. It pulls you out of the storm inside your head and anchors you in the present moment. No one around you will even notice. This technique works because your brain can't spiral and observe at the same time. You override the panic. Take a normal breath in. Then exhale slightly longer than you inhaled. Doesn't need to be dramatic. Even a 1-second difference tells your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that calms you, to switch on. This is one of the fastest ways to lower your heart rate and stop the surge of stress chemicals. You can do it anywhere. In public, in class, in the car, during a conversation, even mid-panic. No one will notice. Each of these techniques does the same thing in different ways. Interrupt, redirect, reset. Interrupt the anxiety loop, redirect your brain, reset your nervous system. And the more often you practice them, the faster and more naturally they work. You'll start noticing anxiety spikes getting shorter, weaker, and easier to manage. Not because anxiety disappears, but because you regain control. So here's the bottom line. Anxiety doesn't get to run your life unless you give it permission. You're not broken. You're not overreacting. Your nervous system is just trying to protect you. And every time you use these techniques, you're teaching it a new response. One that makes you calmer, clearer, and more in control than yesterday. Before you scroll, take one slow exhale. Feel your shoulders drop. That's your nervous system listening to you. You're not alone. You're learning. You're improving. And you're taking back control, one moment at a time.